Routing describes the procedure of wiring from sources to destinations, whether internal or external. As you don't know the strength of the signal at this point, move the master fader down. To record tracks 1 through 8, you can also directly connect your microphone to the corresponding input jacks. Routing can be controlled and edited using the Easy Routing menu. The patch bay should now be displayed. If your microphone requires phantom power, you can activate it here. The microphone signal is transferred from input jack 1 to the input mixer's channel 1 via virtual patch cables. While recording, the signal is forwarded to the recording tracks on the hard disk via the record buses. A default here directly connects recording tracks 1 through 8 to their corresponding input jacks. Recording to other tracks requires that you determine its routing. To use track 24, for example, click on Record Bus 1 and click on the left mouse button, holding it down. You should now be able to drag the patch cable to track 24. As a further example, recording bus 5 can be routed to track 21. Corrections can easily be made. To delete a connection, drag the patch cable all the way to the left. Routing can also be done by using the time value dial and the cursor buttons. Use the left or right cursor buttons to select a record bus and route it via the time value dial. In the VS's patch bay, input jacks are connected in pairs to the input mixer channels. Here we connect channel 3 and 4 to the digital coax input.
Das Pegeln der analogen Eingangssignale stellt den wichtigsten Part bei der Aufzeichnung dar.
It is essential that the analog input signals are set correctly. The recording signal should be high enough to avoid noise from the microphone's preamp. This ensures the desired dynamic resolution will be achieved by optimally using the bits available in the AD conversion. A margin of 12 dB already causes a reduction of 2 bits. Recording at minus 48 dB results in a 16-bit recording. On the other hand, exceeding the 0 dB value leads to digital distortion. It should now be clear that it is very important to set the correct level. The VS level meters and clip indicators measure signal levels during the recording process. This can be demonstrated by means of a test tone. When the signal level reaches minus 6 dB, the clip indicators light. The signal can be distorted when the level exceeds 0 dB. Both the level meter input and clip indicator measure the level of the signal. This is done after the analog preamp, but before the signal is fed into the input mixer's channel. If all input mixer channels editing tools, such as the equalizer, dynamics, and particularly the fader, are set to 0 dB, the input level meter and in 1 through 16 level meters will have identical level measurements. In the following example, The track level meter indicates no signal. The signal from input jack 1 is displayed by switching to the input level meters. As you can see in the next picture, the signal level at this measure point is determined solely by the sense knob. This is also known as the gain knob. Pushing the master fader upwards will make the signal audible. We can check the signal's level in the input mixer by selecting in 1 through 16. Any deviation from the 0 dB position in the input channel faders influences the signal's recording level. This can lead to distortions even though the analog input level meter displays a correct level. That's why, with rare exceptions, recording requires a 0 dB fader position in the input mixer. If the channel's editing tools have been deactivated, only the sense knob determines the analog recording level sent to the hard disk.